Hi, everybody. Welcome. Today is June 2nd, 2004, and we in the Northeast are so happy because this long winter is over, finally, we hope. I feel like I was in hibernation for a long, long time, and it's so nice now to get up in the morning and it's daybreak early, and it's warm out, and everything else is kind of cool about that. This is the beginning of a third month of doing this, and our title for the month is Conscious Living Starts With You. It seems rather simple, but I have a feeling that Ellen has a deeper meaning to it than that. Hi, Ellen. Welcome today. Can you share that with us?
Yes, I am so happy too. The nice weather makes me feel happier and energized. The sun, I love it. And just like yourself, I felt like I was hibernating for the entire winter. Since I am from a tropical country, I just love this day. Give me all the hot days that you have. So that's beautiful. But today, I'm so excited and so happy that you're here with us. And I thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us this month. And we are going to share some insights with you about the difference between self-worth and self-esteem. And most people, what I find is that the more I coach people, I find that most people think that is the same thing. Yet I realize that that is my job to bring into their awareness that it's not the same thing. And so what I did is instead of me giving you my own definition, I went to a dictionary and I found a definition for you. And so it says that self-esteem is a confidence and satisfaction with oneself, thinking highly of oneself. On the other hand, the definition for self-worth is valuing oneself, respecting the fact that you were created with essence, value, while respecting the core value of others as well. And why is that? Because when you read, I really believe that when you know uh, who you are, that's what makes the difference between your core, knowing who you, your self-worth. Your self-worth is a deeper knowing of who you are. And no matter what people say, no matter what people think, no matter what people do, you still know who you are. You're grounded in that knowing. And self-esteem, it comes from, I'm not saying that self-esteem is not good. Self-esteem is great. Yet the downfall of self-esteem is that it is based on artificial stuff or things like where you live, how you dress, how you smell, how you look, are you thin, are you fat, and we go according to what the society says that's how you should be looking at. Okay, so we have models, and supposedly when we look at a magazine, we think that that's how, especially for us for women, it's very critical, right? Those women out there, they can relate to what I'm saying. We see the models in the magazines, and we think that's how we should look. That's the way I need to look. And because I don't look like that, I don't feel good about myself. So just to give you a little bit of where we're going and where and how that affects in your personal life, and also if you're an entrepreneur, how that's going to affect in your business as well. Whether you're starting a business or you have a business or you're running a business, it is affecting if you're not clear about who you really are.
Ellen, I'm hearing here they're much the same, but they're not. To me, I'm thinking that self-esteem is sort of like outside looking in, where self-worth is inside looking out. Is Do I have that pretty close?
Yes, definitely. Because self-worth comes from a value from, you have an essence, your creator. Whether you believe in God or not, or higher power, doesn't matter what you call it, but you were created with, because you're precious. No, there's no one like yourself. There's not two of you. And I like to tell you that if you're a parent and you have small children, that you begin telling your child about this, because I have a granddaughter, and my granddaughter is Harmony, and I love her. She's the apple of my eyes nowadays, and you know, she compares herself with someone else. And the other day, she likes to make videos and look at herself. And she said to me, and I said to her, "So what do you want to name your video?" And she said, "Harmony." And I said to her, "That's good." And then I said, we put harmony, and then we see there's a lot of harmonies. And she's like, "Marlinda, I thought that I was the only harmony. You always say that I'm unique and special. So I thought that I was the only one." I said to her, "There's no one like you, my darling. No one. There's only one you. God did not make two of you. There could be many girls that are named Harmony, but all those girls have their own personality, have their own unique traits, their unique skills that they do it in a different way, in a special way that you don't do it. Everyone is special, don't get me wrong. Everyone is special, but each one of us is unique in our own way. And that's what makes a difference. And when we understand that that is who we are, and we accept it from where that we're coming from within, and that the beauty and the love that is inside of us, no one can duplicate it. You know, that took me some time to realize. And sometimes I'm still working on it. It's an ongoing journey. The beautiful thing is that once we realize that there's only one you, and there's no one like yourself, you become and you act different. And more importantly, you treat others differently as well, because you understand that they're unique in their own way, and that they're beautiful and lovable, and they were amazingly crafted by their creator. Like self-esteem. Self-esteem is something that we create because of our environment, because of our societal environment, and how we interact with others. You know, so we learn is from the outside. We learn from what's going on. You know, how people dress, the fashion, the how you smell, the perfumes that you wear, where you live, the places that you go to, the places that you visit, how well traveled you are. All that plays into self-esteem. But that, just like Bruce mentioned earlier, is like building from the outside, and the self-worth is coming from the inside, and that no one can take away from you.
You know, Ellen, what I'm hearing here is if you hadn't spent time with your granddaughter instilling self-worth, just that one little incident could have crushed her her self-esteem just by thinking she was the only one. But I'm assuming here that throughout your life you've instilled into her more about her self-worth. What would be some other ways that maybe people get their self-esteem broken? Can you think of another way or two that somebody might get their self-esteem broken?
I believe that self-esteem is easy to build, you know, because it's really it's about mind shifting. And I guess that's the reason why I named my company Mind Shifting, because I came to a realization that if we begin to mind shift our way of thinking, or another way of saying it, reframing the way we think about ourselves, our perception of ourselves or the world around us, that is something that we can work on a daily basis. You know, just like we feed ourselves, what are we feeding our mind? What are we putting inside our mind that will build us, that will empower us, that will help us discover who we truly are? Okay, that it's self-esteem. I think that as long as you take action on a daily basis to get to know who you are, and the things that you stand for, you can easily do that. Some people call it being positive. You know, I really don't really like that much of positive, because I really believe that when it's ingrained in yourself, when it's come from within, it's an inspiration that comes from the inner, it stays longer. You know, it becomes part of you. It's not something that is artificial, that someone can come and say a negative comment about you, and now your balloon has been blown. It doesn't, you know, with with self-esteem, that's what happened. You know, you can think you're beautiful, you have a beautiful shape, and then out of nowhere, someone say, "Oh, you look fat." Boom! The balloon went down. Now you're feeling like, "Oh my God, I need to go to the gym or do whatever." You know, the different things. You know, that's just an example. Yet, if you know that, if you know who you are, you have value for who you are. You value who you are for who you are, for the essence, for the core of your uniqueness, and you have accepted yourself, regardless of how you look, because you know that the inner beauty is what is going to come out, no matter how you look. You know, that's just superficial stuff. I'm not saying it's not important, but I do say that it's not that important. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Ellen, what I'm hearing here is that you're very passionate about people uh, valuing their own self-worth. Give me some ideas of the next couple of weeks, some ways or how you're going to help us maybe see that what our self-worth isn't as strong as it should be, and ways to help us really strengthen our self-worth.
Well, I will invite you to continue to watch us every week, because every week I am going to, like today, we went into the definition and how you see yourself and how you go within. But also what we're going to do is that we are going to share some insights of or tips on how to build your self-worth. And that is very important, more than self-esteem, honestly. So building your self-worth is more important than self-esteem, because when you build your self-worth, now your self-esteem is something automatically. Why? Because you're coming from within. It's coming from within out. It's from the inside out. Self-esteem will be from the outside in, which it doesn't work, because it's just temporarily. That's the difference. When everything comes from within, is something that is stays, that is a knowing. It's not flaky. That's the difference. And so you continue to, I'm sorry, you continue to watch us every week. We're going to discover some keys that you can use and that you can practice to build your self-esteem.
I'm going to put it this way as we end, as the way I see it is, life is a mirror, and if we're just going on self-esteem, what we see coming back in the mirror is not as profound. If we have strong self-worth, and we're going to see a totally different person in ourselves in the mirror, and therefore everybody else is going to see a different person. I see your head shaking. You may agree with me. How about that? It is terrific. So everybody, we're at the end of our time today. We hope we got you a little bit interested, because we've got some good things. You can see we've got some good things coming up in the next couple of weeks. So with that, I'm going to sign off, and Ellen, say goodbye.
Yes, thank you so much. Please, 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 please share the videos with everyone in your circle. If you like this video, share it, like it, comment on it. I need your help. I do have my doubts too. Remember, I'm still working on myself. So I want you to like my videos. I want you to share it on your social media. And at the same time, comment. It doesn't matter what the comment is. I like positive comments and negative comments, because when I see negative comments, I don't see them as negative. I see them as constructive criticism, because that means that I still have to work on myself, which I know I do, and I continue to do it. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon, and enjoy the rest of your week.